Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Lateness is greatness. Everybody up in the building. I hope you man are all good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a rough one this morning. Thanks. Sajid bailed me out today. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Dream work makes the team work. That's how it goes, isn't it? No, it's not. You see, that's why I'm telling you I'm all over the place. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. Big up to everybody in the chat, though. I hope you guys are all good. Yeah, I mean, listen, club football's back. I got videos to react to. We've got some interesting talking points that have been going on around for the last few days that we've kind of spoken about, but I feel like I haven't given you the full extreme levels that I want to go into in terms of the depth of the conversation. You know, when you make a video and then you go to sleep and then you start to think you didn't say things that you wanted to say and you think to yourself, shit, man, I want to make that again. I want to remake that content, but you can't because it's already up. So I've got more things to say on the Marc Guehi situation that I want to get into, because I saw a lot of the comments on that video a couple of days ago and you guys were like kind of sad, kind of disappointed, kind of angry, a lot of outrage on Twitter, a lot of people not really happy with the club for letting him go. But again, we'll get into that. And obviously Giroud's gone. And that's a shame. That's a massive shame, but it is what it is. We knew that was going to happen, didn't we? We got Peterborough as well. And then obviously the usual, Haaland continues to circulate. Someone just said, say my name. You know, I don't, Matthew. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought someone was trying to get me to pronounce their name for fun. Trying to stitch me up here live on air. But big up to the chat, man. I hope everybody's well. Like I said, we got Peterborough today. It's not a big game. It's not important. It's literally behind closed door friendly. I don't think anybody can even watch the game. Reminds me of the QPR game quite a lot, actually. Remember last year, we had the QPR game. Loftus-Cheek scored. I think Gilmore scored. And we couldn't watch any of it. We couldn't even get the highlights because Chelsea just wanted to get real stingy with the footage. That's what this game feels like. We're not going to get to see no footage. Not going to see no goals, nothing. But at least it's taking place. And we got team news and all that regular stuff that we used to get with game day. So it feels good. I'm going to go through some of the chat first. Like I said, I've got videos to go through as well. Looking forward to that. Let me see here. Let's go through some of the chat because I want to see how you guys are feeling, first of all, especially with all the lack of activity. No signing for us this summer. Transfer, look at Man United, brought Sancho and now Varane doing the official bidding, and we didn't buy any striker and think we will not win the title next Premier League season. I mean, look, job not finished. Do you know what I mean? Job not finished. All right. Season not finished. Transfer window not finished. Is it a great start? In my opinion, it's not. But we know Chelsea like to work in silence. We know they like to work behind closed doors. So maybe, you know, they're just getting all the final, you know, pieces done in deals that we hope or think that are going on or wish that were going on. The Marc Guehi situation, for instance, no one saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. No journalists, no ITK, no mother, no father, no nobody. Nobody saw that coming. And it happened. Why? Because Chelsea were doing backhanded madness behind our backs in the dark corners of the street. And we didn't see it coming. We didn't have no knowledge of it happening, but it happened. And we have to hope and pray that that's the same thing that's going on with the incomings. And obviously it looks like right now on the surface, they're trying to raise funds. They're trying to bring in money because, as we said on this channel, Julian Laurens came on and said it himself. This Haaland deal is humongous. It's not just the flat rate. It's the wages. He's going to be the highest paid player at the club. That's a big thing to happen at Chelsea. For you to be 20 and to be earning the most money, that's not normal. So that's something that we got to swallow. That's a tough pill to swallow for the club. And we're going to have to take that because it's going to happen. If he comes in, he's going to be the highest paid player, right? Then you've got the agent again, and you've got the dad. They both are going to collect a ransom. They're going to come here and rob the thing. The whole piggy bank wasted on these brothers. So that's a lot of money going out and not a lot of money coming in. So again, you've got to make sales. You've got to retrieve some money and try and balance the books, because Chelsea, as much as they want to try and pretend like as if we're a rich oil club that just splash, 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 we actually balance our books quite well these days. I don't know if you guys have been watching Chelsea the last couple of years financially, but we do make a lot of big sales and balance our books quite nicely, and sometimes even turn a profit. But if we do make a loss, net loss on transfers, it's not a lot. It's nothing in comparison to some of our rivals because we actually sell and buy accordingly. We don't just splash. We don't, when you see Chelsea splashing 200 million last summer, that's because we had a transfer ban. Now, that's because we made loads of sales that people don't account for. Little sales like David Luiz, big sales like Eden Hazard, Morata. You can go through them, but we always manage to balance out the books. So Chelsea, again, we might have money. Roman might have money, but Chelsea as an institution don't operate like that anymore. They don't splash 200 million without selling anybody. It doesn't happen. So that's something we need to remember and we need to get our head around. Let me go through this chat. Let's see what's going on now. I don't know why people stress over signings. They don't know Chelsea always work behind the scenes. I think it's difficult because Chelsea are very hit and miss. It's not very hit and miss Chelsea in the transfer window. 1 minute they're brilliant, and the next minute they're giving us the worst summer of our lives, and we're signing targets from God knows where. And I don't know where they land on the list of the manager's demands, but they're certainly not high up. And we're signing flops. So it's very hit and miss from Chelsea in the transfer window, and that's why people are scared. Because if this is a miss, it could go very wrong for Chelsea in this window, and it can go very wrong for Chelsea next season. Just because we won the Champions League doesn't mean that over the course of the season, we were the top dogs, because we wasn't. We just wasn't. We wasn't the best team in Europe over the course of the season. We was the best team in Europe in the knockout competition when it mattered, but we weren't the best team in Europe from August all the way till May. Why? Because we finished fourth. And we finished fourth on a technicality because Aston Villa saved our ass. Sorry, Tottenham saved our ass. Aston Villa actually tried to kill us. They tried to bury us. They almost did. All right. So we only just finished fourth. Again, by the way, for the third season running, Sarri, Lampard, and now Tuchel, scraping fourth by the skin of our teeth because we don't have a good enough team to compete over the course of a whole season. And the only way to rectify that is to A, bring in some better players, B, sell off the deadwood, and C, well, bring through some of the youth. But we'll get into that because that's a lovely segue into the madness that's been occurring. Let's see. I saw an article go out as well. The club seemed to be worried. That was from The Athletic. The club seemed to be a bit worried now that a lot of the young players are leaving at the same time. We're going to get into all that in a minute. Because I think, again, as per usual, some people are being really dramatic and some people are undervaluing our youth, which is crazy to me because you would have thought that Reece James, Mason Mount, Tomori, Abraham, the amount of money these lot have saved us or potentially will make us with Abraham potentially leaving in the summer. You would have thought that the best academy in England, by far, and probably one of the best academies in the world, would have gained a bit more respect on its name in terms of when we tell you that these are the best players coming out of this age group, take them seriously. Because the young player of the year in the academy, Mason Mount, Tomori, Gallagher, all these guys have been shown to be serious at first team level. When we bring players through the youth system, what people need to remember is that they're being prepped for first team football. That's why when you see our young players, Ampadu, you can say is the exception, but we actually signed him from Exeter. So I'm going to say to you that he's not even really ours, right? From day dot. But the brothers that have been here since 8 years old, 7 years old, they're prepped for first team football. And that's why, without even making an appearance in the Premier League, someone like Marc Guehi can go and smash it at Swansea and go and command 20 million from Palace. That's why Livramento is being tracked by AC Milan, because they know that we don't feed our youngsters the same vegetables and fruits that other men do. We feed them some next shit, green giant shit. They come out looking all rough and tough, bulked up. We producing right backs by the tenfold. We got about 4 right backs that came out the last 4 years that could have started at this club. So it's not, this is a very, very special crop of players coming through, people. So when we tell you that if you didn't believe in Reece James in season 1 of Lampard, and you would have probably maybe sold him before he got the chance in the transfer ban. Yes, it was lucky. Yes, it was a coincidence that Lampard came in and then bang, he gets his opportunity. But if we didn't get that chance, then Reece James would not start in the Champions League final. Mason Mount, first season, iffy. Some people liked him, some didn't. Some of you would have sold him for 20 mil. Now he's a Champions League winner. Patience pays off. It does. So we're not telling you everybody has to come through this youth system, but I think a lot of people are saying, listen, we got some great youngsters here that are going to save you 50 million in a couple years. Let's try and use them. But we'll get into it because not every situation is the same. And I don't like it when people try and paint it as such. So let me make this very, very clear. And I'm going to add in Dami in 2 secs as well. Each individual case demands its own individual analysis. Don't let anybody group in every single youngster that did or did not make it at Chelsea and try and tell you that that's the norm, because it's not. Each individual deserves their own little subject and own little discussion, because they're not all the same situation. And we're going to go through that in a minute. But let me add in Dami. Let me find my mouse. Let me see what the chat is saying as well. So let's see. Dami's in the building. Brother, what are you saying?
You're a terrorist, bro.
Why? Well, why am I such a bad word that you've just said on big YouTube and get me demonetized? Why am I that?
You know, oh shit, you can't do that on YouTube, can you? It's been a while.
Fam, I know you've been gone for a while, but we don't run that shit around here. And yourself.
You know when you go to your mom's house and you thought sometimes it slips. You know that was there. That's what's going on, isn't it? So I forgot what's happening in the team. But my name's I'm looking tired. Matisse knows I was moving. He knew I was moving. I messaged the group chat. I say, yeah, let me know I can do around this time or not. Okay. I know he wasn't asleep. I know that for a fact. I can bet the money left in my account that this guy was awake. No, he didn't reply. Do you might want to know when Matisse responded? He responded 5 minutes ago. No.
You're not gonna do that lie to me. You're not gonna tell them
5 minutes before the stream started.
No, I sent you the link. 5 minutes. If you check, look, Dami, calm, bro. Let's run it at 1 a.m. Mukbang settings. Cop yourself some food.
At 1 a.m. It's a lie.
It's okay. You don't see straight.
Well, like, see, bro. Look at it. You can't lie on my name. It's not possible. What time is that?
Maybe your Wi-Fi didn't connect. No, I've got no. Because look, my phone, it said it's sent. I don't know what you're doing, but I sent that message, my brother. Look, what are you doing? Maybe your Wi-Fi is turned off, bro. You need to speak to your Wi-Fi provider, bro. Look, everybody's trying to catch everybody in 4K.
In 4K, bro.
I'll screenshot it. And send it to you.
4K, fam.
What?
It's in 4K.
Yeah, you want to try and catch me on 4K on my own channel. Look, I just sent it into the group. Look at the times. Hey, listen, if your Wi-Fi didn't connect, it's your business. Why is everybody saying that Musunda and Loftus-Cheek are scoring bangers? How do you have this information when you can't see the game?
Let's do this. Let's not even get into them, man.
Yeah, we can. Are you guys secretly filming with binoculars through the cobbled walls and seeing the game?
Bro, that man are moving mad. But now, Matisse, what are you telling me, boss?
Well, bro, first of all, I mean, we haven't discussed all of these shenanigans that have been taking place over the last few days. What do you make of the Marc Guehi situation to Crystal Palace, first of all? Because that's the one that's got Twitter up in arms, and everybody is either, sending shots for Chelsea, sending shots for the board, sending shots for everybody. Some people are sending shots at each other. What's your opinion on it all?
I can't lie to you. See, initially, in fact, because I can't lie to Matisse. Man is a bit tired. But the truth about the matter is, when that news broke out, I was like, again, do you know what I mean? Another one of these good top players, okay, that we've got in the academy that are capable of getting into the first team. This Marc Guehi was the perfect centre-back in the sense that I don't think would have needed to sign any centre-back, at least for this season, because Guehi would have provided that sort of cover, okay, of a player that is good enough to sort of play for Chelsea sometimes, but he doesn't command the experience and the time to start consistently. So that way, you should be somewhat happy to play a few games here and there. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. These you need to, when you sign a lot of these players, you're going to sign them for 30, 40, 50 million. Going to give them like a £200,000 contract. They're not going to sit on the bench. That's not going to happen. He would have been okay to play game to game, maybe 1 out of every 3 games or whatever. He would have been able to get quite a few games together, and then he would have been happy to sit on the bench as well. There would have been an improvement in his career. Now we're selling him off, and in my mind, I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. as usual, the Twitter man, they came into my comment section. What were they saying? Oh, Mumbayamba, they were talking about Sa. And Matisse, I started thinking a bit more. I started deep dive. I like, you know the ones where you sit down. You know them ones they call the blunt movement. Obviously, I don't smoke, but you know when you sort of like you got to sit down and you start thinking, you deep something properly. I said, you know what? What makes people think that they are going to get a chance? What makes people think the other centre backs that we've got at this club are going to get a chance? What makes people think that the other youngsters, okay, generally speaking, are going to get a chance? Them brothers rarely ever get that opportunity. And I'm actually, me and Dami are scrapping, yeah, madman. But like, the thing is that I actually sat down and I said, what makes people think they are going to get chances? Because this academy, okay, I went back a bit. Lampard came in. That's when we started to see these players get involved a lot more. I'm starting to feel like it was smoke and mirrors. The more I look at it, the more it looks like that's what it was at the time. It seemed like a big PR stunt. We've gotten a few good players from it. We've got Mason Mount. Let's look at Matisse. Mason Mount came through, yeah. Reece James came through, yeah. Tammy Abraham came through. Tomori came through. Who else came through during that period? Give me any other. Maybe you could say Gilmore, sort of, whatever. Yeah. Now, think about it like this. Okay, Callum Hudson-Odoi technically was there before, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's but you got so you've got these players. Now, Matisse, what's happened over the span of the last, is it 2 years or whatever it is? Mount is the only consistent starter now, okay? Reece James, you could argue he's a starter, but then again, it's not like he's even set in stone like that. Tomori has been sold off, okay, for good money. Tammy Abraham is looking to be sold off for good money. Gilmore has gone on loan, probably going to come back, and Gilmore's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite youth player, to be honest. That's alongside Mason Mount, so I'm going to sort of die on that hill regardless. But then, how many of these players are actually going to get that opportunity to
this is the thing
in that first team?
Hold on, but this is the thing. Yeah, let me stop you there, because you said a sentence there that a lot of Twitter have said. They've said in their brain, the pathway to the first team is a certain way in their head, and just because the pathway to the first team, because this is a quote and a phrase that everybody's using on Twitter, so I'm going to use it, or on social media in particular. Pathway to the first team. Your pathway to the first team might not be the same pathway to the first team that Marc Guehi expects, that Tino Livramento expects. Who told everyone that Marc Guehi wanted to be backup to Rudiger this season? Who told everybody that? Because he didn't tell nobody. We all had it on our head, me included, that Marc Guehi was going to come back and he was going to be a rotational centre-back and he was going to play maybe fourth choice or fifth choice to our current centre-backs. Because you can't tell me that he gets in over Christensen. You can't tell me that he gets in over Rudiger. You can't tell me that he gets over Thiago Silva. And you can't even really tell me that he gets over Azpilicueta in a back three. Not the back three that just won the Champions League. So he gets in, maybe you just kick him ahead of Zuma because we're trying to get rid of Zuma reportedly anyway. But nobody told anyone that Marc Guehi wanted to do that role. That is a pathway to the first team, because you're in the first team and you're competing for your spot, but you're not starting. And you can't expect to start in the back line that just won the Champions League, that was built off of the defense last season. That's where Chelsea were at their best when they won trophies. From the defense, you can't expect someone that just played at Swansea to start. So I don't think anybody is saying that Marc Guehi should be starting next season. If anybody's saying that and kicking out Rudiger, Christensen, Silva out of the starting 11, then you're on crack. You're on crack, right? You're on crack. If that's what you're saying, if that's what you actually believe,
people are saying it, though.
Well, then I suggest they seek God and go to church on Sunday. On Sunday morning, you should be in church. You should be in church, because there's no way.
Bible, Proverbs 13 verse 4, fam. You get that me? That's what this is, bro.
But bro, this is the point that I was making before you got here. These academy players, Miz is spot on the other side of the coin with this chat. These academy players were prepped for first team football. They weren't prepped to sit on no bench. And Marc Guehi saw Tomori, did his loan in Derby. He saw Mason Mount, did his loan at Derby. He saw Tammy, did his loan at Aston Villa. and they went straight to Prem, played for Chelsea, were playing games, and they looked cool. They looked comfortable. Tomori was doing Cruyff turns in Ajax. Mason Mount was playing in the starting 11, and Tammy got 15 goals with no penalties involved. They all had good seasons, right? So Marc Guehi knows he can start in the Premier League. But Chelsea's expectations since those three started have gone up because we're trying to win the Premier League now. Let me land. We're trying to win the Premier League. We're not competing for the top four. It's not a transfer ban anymore. So the expectations of the club and the fans for next season has gone up from when those guys broke into the team. And our team has been better because now we've got a better manager and we're playing better. We're not coming off the back of a sorry Europa League, but transfer ban situation. We're coming back off the Champions League win now. Europa League win, Champions League win, two different things. But nobody told anyone Marc Guehi wanted to sit on the bench or be a rotational centre-back. He wants to start now. So, Dami, I ask you, if Marc Guehi bursts into your office and he says, I'm not signing a new contract, I got 2 years left, but I'm not signing a new contract because I want to know that I'm starting, not rotating, not pathway to the first team, not chance. I want to start because I've got an international career that I'm looking at. And if I start this season, I can potentially go to the World Cup or be considered next winter. So I want to start now. And he says to you, I'm not signing a new contract. I want to start now. What are we doing here? What are you going to say to him? Well, I can't guarantee you a start. Go on, what are you going to say to him?
We're going to have to make a buck. That's what's going to happen. That's what we've done. That's what we've done. And I tell people, Matisse, what you've just said, okay, is what I said on my stream, a rare stream on the Grand Dam channel a few days ago. I said the exact same thing. Because for me, the fundamentals are still there. If Chelsea actually had like a pathway, do you think if they're Mark, and also Matisse, you say all these things, but another thing is we need to remember is fundamentally speaking, Marc Guehi is not stupid. He is not stupid. He has seen these guys watch Chelsea in 4K. Them man, it's like when you leave home in it and you're always ringing your mom to say what's going on in the house. These man, they watch Chelsea everywhere and they see what's happening. They chat to the brethren inside. How can big man tomorrow look at the player, look at what's happened? That's why I started off what I said with the youth players that they introduced. How many are it's been 18 months, Matisse, and some of them are already getting moved off. You see where I'm coming from? Guy is looking at the situation like, I'm not going to be part of that like Cobham faithful, yeah, that get into this Chelsea team and start going out on loan there, loan here. I don't play now, loan this, loan that. He's not going to do that because he's not.
That was the third option. He doesn't want to go on loan either.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to do that. They are not stupid. That's why I keep telling people. But my thing is, and this is where I was starting to think about things in a bit differently as well. The question is, Matisse, do you feel like the way we move up some of these players is starting to become justified as well? Because the truth about the matter, is...
Depends who it is.
Fundamentally speaking, we seem to look at all these sort of different things, Why the... Sorry, but you might know I'm moved in, and I've got this fat window. I'm on the ground floor. This dawn. What are you doing?
Focus. Get back here. Come on.
What you do? Like, fam, anyway. Let me close my window.
Unless you're gonna go out and beef him.
No, I'm not gonna beef him. But brother can just looking into my room like I'm some sort of madman. What's wrong with you? I'm talking to my computer, What's wrong with that? Haven't you seen YouTubers do it before? Fuck off. You know where I'm coming from. Christ. Anyways, like I was saying, it's jarring, bro. It's jarring. 3 people have done it today, fam. Nah, I'm moving. I can't be bothered. It's calm. But no, like I said, let's ask the question though. And actually, before you jump at the question, because it's a very strong statement for me to put out, But before you jump at it, think about it for a second. All these players that we've let go from John Terry, how many of them have actually gone out to these other clubs to do something that was very commendable? Think about it. From Chelsea.
I won't even agree.
Think about
I know, but I think this current crop are better than the crop that we were looking at previously. So I'm not even going to make that. I'm not even going to make that comparison. However, what I will say is a lot of people thought that we could use these extremely talented, ready for first team action youngsters as squad fillers. A lot of people thought that. We're going to use what we're going to do. We're Chelsea. And these guys are coming through the youth, and we're not going to use Deadwood anymore as squad fillers and backup. We're going to use the academy. What nobody clocked is that the academy are too good for squad fillers. or the academy are too smart to be squad fillers. The really talented ones don't want to be squad fillers. They don't want to be backup. They want to play ball because they know they're good. That's what we haven't clocked. If they were ready to be squad fillers, then we'd have Tariq Lamptey behind Reece James as a squad filler right now.
Yeah.
But they know they're too good to be squad fillers. So now we're at a problem. We're at crossways.
It's not even just that. They also realize, apart from them being just squad fillers, they realize, and this is why I come back to saying Guehi's not stupid. They realize the probability of them breaking into this first team long term is so low. It is very, very low. If you keep it,
only if you've got players that are performing ahead of you. Rudiger is not young. Is not old. Like, no one can tell me that there's a smooth transition from Rudiger to Guehi that Guehi's going to like, because Rudiger's not old. If Rudiger was 33, different situation. You could say to Marc Guehi, 1 more year of Rudiger, and then we're going to start putting you in that position. We can't say that because Rudiger's in his prime and he's had a great end of the campaign. And we're trying to get him to sign a new contract. Christensen is not old. Do you know what I mean? So it's not easy. Do you know what I mean? It's not easy. But Marc Guehi wants to play now and he wants to start now. That's the trick that a lot of people are missing. C said this is just a cycle of sell academy players, then buy Deadwood, then complain about Deadwood, then complain about academy being sold, then buy more. Basically it is. Chelsea got 20 mils for a kid that never kicked a ball in the Premier League, while Arsenal could not get 18 mil for the ex-captain. It's a win for me.
Matisse, what is this thumbnail?
Listen, do you know what? Do you know what? I don't know about claim. For me, I think Chelsea have done a lot better with this sale than they have in the past. We allowed Tariq Lamptey's contract to run down to the last 6 months, and then we sold him for next to nothing. And we had no influence in the negotiations. We had no power. We couldn't get any sell-on clause. We couldn't get any matching fee clause, nothing, because we was too weak in the negotiating situation on the table because his contract had no time left. Marc Guehi, they assessed the situation. He didn't want a loan. He didn't want to sign a new contract. He didn't think the pathway was clear enough because he wanted to start now. He didn't want to sit on the bench and work his way into the team. He wants to start now. Liam Tooney wrote a report on that. Marc Guehi, he wrote it about maybe a few months ago, maybe a year ago, but he wrote it. Marc Guehi is serious about playing in the Premier League soon. He's not looking to sit on no bench. He wants to play. And by the way, he's ready to play. I think he's going to have a great season at Palace. As long as there's no buyback. It's a matching fee clause. So if someone bids, but I think Chelsea have done quite well to get the deal that they have because they got good money for him. They have the sell-on clause. And if he gets to the level that he should, then Chelsea can match any interested bid that gets accepted and negotiate again. So Palace cannot accept a bid from anybody and reject Chelsea's same offer. If Chelsea match the offer that any club bid, it has to get accepted. So Chelsea can just match whatever anybody else is willing to pay for him. And if he makes it to the level that we want him to, then no problem. Then we should be able to convince him to come back. But for me, when you look at Marc Guehi as well, what people are not taking into account, you're going to have to pay a lot more. Maybe he's worth 50 million in 3 years' time. We're also not paying him wages now. So if we had to give him a new contract and he was going to earn 80 grand a week, that's about 12.5 million over 3 years, roughly. Subtract that as well. Subtract that. You can. I've done the maths. You could subtract that. Yeah, you can subtract that off the feet. No. I've got a tweet in my drafts. I'm ready. Man
upgraded from set 8 to set 4.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Shut up. I'm ready. I got the draft ready. So if you take the wages out of it now, we've sold him for 20. We buy him back for 50. We've only spent about 18 million, not 30 million. So we've spent 18 million on a player that Palace have improved, that they're invested in, that they've developed because he's theirs, and they have a vested interest in improving him because they're going to make money off of him. And we get a player for 18 million that, he was free, but was he really going to improve and develop as quickly as he would at Palace with all those minutes that he's going to get at Chelsea? We've seen it happen before. We've seen players get stagnated here by not getting the minutes. So It's not the worst deal in the world. Lamptey was way worse. Tomori we have no control over his future. Again, not the greatest deal there. We got the money, but we have no control over the future there. Again, because we did a madness there, a different situation. Each individual case is actually very different. I think this case here is not as bad as people are making it out to be. And because they've got it fixated in their head that Marc Guehi was going to have a certain position in the squad that they wanted, doesn't mean Marc Guehi had that plan. So, do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what people need to remember. Marc Guehi's plan and your plan is not the same plan. Chelsea, yeah, so we read that super chat out. Much appreciated, my brother. So how do we determine who's good enough? We have aspirations as Chelsea. The squad we have is too good. Kevin De Bruyne vibes.
The problem, Mama, is not about determining who's good enough. It's about having proper structure. We lack the structure and the organization to be able to sign this over. Chelsea, yeah, are the type of team, yeah. You know, you go and sign a 24-year-old centre back when you've got people right behind. How does that make sense? When are they going to play? Do you get coming from? When are the youngsters behind them going to play? You don't do stuff like, if there was actual planning, structure, organization in the way we carried out transfers, monitored our youth players, then we wouldn't have these clashes. Like Matisse just said, really, guys, it's spring chicken. I mean, it's still sort of like not a spring chicken, isn't it? He's been in the freezer for a few years, but at the end of the day, like, really, guys, still there, you know, I'm coming from, but he's not expired. He's not like closing, he's not getting close to retirement. So someone like Guehi is looking like, Christensen 24, 25, Rudiger 27, 28. You know what I'm saying? You've got all these, you've got Kurt Zuma. Them brothers are not old. So what's the point? So if you organize things properly and have a certain number of, for example, if you're telling me, Matisse, let's say we had 4 centre backs in total, yeah? You had 2 over 30 and you had 2 that were like mid-20s. That would have worked because you can tell Guehi, listen, these ones are a bit on the older side. They're probably going to retire soon. You could have structured things a lot better, but we don't.
Aspilicueta to Reece James, Giroud to Abraham.
Thank you. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got that sort of, there's progression in those positions. Fortunately, I can promise you we didn't plan that. I can promise you on my life we didn't plan that. But at the end of the day, but then again, you could argue that Frank saw that. Who knows? My point is that if you deep it and sit down correctly and look at the situation, if we had planned stuff, then we wouldn't have this problem at all. It wouldn't be a problem.
It's very difficult to plan. I sympathize with the club a little bit. I think a lot of people are getting onto the club over this particular sale because it's the easy way out and they don't want to deep the actual reality of the situation. For instance, people are being very, very silly in comparing Sarr to Guehi. So people are now saying on the TL, oh, how come Malong Sarr's in the first team and Marc Guehi couldn't get in the first team? Well, let me make this very simple. Malong Sarr went to Porto and was average. Porto fans are saying, we didn't even need him in the team. We didn't even need him to start. He wasn't even starting all the games. Malong Sarr is coming back to Chelsea with a chip on his shoulder, with his stocks not very high. He's coming with a mentality to prove himself, but he knows he can't come in here barking up different trees and saying, I want to start, because he's not on that level. He hasn't had that kind of season. But he hasn't had that kind of season. So he is coming in to do the backup role for Rudiger. And he is going to have to like it because that is where he currently is at. He probably doesn't have a host of clubs chasing him right now. He didn't have a great season at Porto. He is a backup defender for a backup position. Marc Guehi is in between because he's not good enough to start over Rudiger, but he's not a backup because he's in form, he's a great loan, and he's got some confidence and he's got some chest. And we've seen the size of Marc Guehi. He's got a pretty big chest. So if that brother barks into your office at 6 foot with the size of his arms and tells you I'm playing football next season, you best believe that he's playing football next season. And there's nothing you can do to stop him. Do you know what I'm saying? This brother came in with chest. Sarr, he didn't do chest this season. He didn't even gym. He's coming in all shriveled up and just trying to get his confidence back up and saying, listen, that's why you're seeing all these great quotes. That's why you're seeing, I'm ready to help the team. I'm ready to come in. Team player, ready to help the team, come in and do my part and do my bit. Why? That's what a backup brother says. Marc Guehi didn't say none of that shit. He said, start me or shut up and let me leave. End of discussion. I'm throwing fists in the office. I'm throwing fists. Yeah. I'm coming now and I'm playing or I'm gone. Because I'm starting somewhere. I don't give a shit where it is because I'm talking about my career first. And then people want to get onto Marc Guehi and say, oh, he doesn't have the same passion for Mason Mount. He doesn't have the same passion as Reece James to play for Chelsea. Let me make this clear as well. Let me make this so clear.
Homosexual kills me, man. Oh God.
Let me make this so clear. These players have short careers. Solanke, Solanke, he chose to leave as well. It didn't work out for him. But where did it get Lewis Baker and all these brothers from sitting here and saying, oh, Chelsea, can't wait to make it. I'm going to keep hustling, working hard. Didn't get them nowhere. Each brother is responsible for their own playing career. And if they choose to go somewhere, like Lukaku didn't say, listen, all right, cool, I missed the penalty. You're going to have me. I'm gone. I'm going to go and do my thing. I'm going to go and have my career. These brothers' careers is too short. They're not fans like you guys. Yeah, they love the club and they've been there since 8 years old, diapers, pampers, whatever, cool. But their main focus is becoming professional, successful footballers. So they can play for their countries, so they can move up the pyramid scheme, move to big clubs, win trophies. And if they feel like that is in jeopardy, something's got to happen.
You can say that, Matisse, but Chelsea have a lot of these men on trickles from young. Let's keep it real.
Not anymore, because no one's signing new contracts.
A lot of them, they signed them on some fuck up. Bro, Matisse, let me paint you a picture. You're 16 years old, 15 years old. Chelsea come at you. I know you used to play left back in it. Or now you wear glasses so you can't see shit. But the thing is, like, obviously back then, left back, Matisse was playing his thing, coming from bombing down the flanks, putting in crosses like Marcus Alonso doing this thing. Chelsea knock on your door. They're like, boss man, we're going to give you a nice contract here. Come and sign up for Chelsea's academy. We've got a plan for you. That opportunity, they've just been granted. Yeah. They've given them a chance to get into that first team. Okay. And they
not at 15, 16.
Yeah. No. But my point is, like, they've given them a chance to break into football, is what I'm trying to tell you at that young age. A big club coming to knock on your door, asking you to come and sign up for the academy. That's big. That's why I love it. I mean, this big in it. My point is that they've got them on contracts here, locked down for quite a bit of time. And then with the way those contracts are structured, they tend to manipulate and organize and redo all sorts of different things on there so that they can make a quick buck. I can't really blame most of them, but like you said, someone like Marc Guehi, that's different. And that's why you have to break everything down on an individual basis. Because someone like Marc Guehi, like, he's going to go out there and bark. You think Ampadu is going to shout in the dressing room the way Guehi's done? He can't do that, boss. They don't got the juice for it. As much as we both like him, we know this. So that's just the situation that is. I don't think it's fair to just be like, everyone has to determine what they do in life. Just like life.
It depends who it is. Each case is separate.
At the end of the day, like, most of them, I understand that. I can understand why some of them sort of go down that path, because they make their decisions too late. See Solanke in it. Man was meant to be up there with, remember the names they're calling him with. Where is he now? Nobody knows. Do you know where he plays? Where does he play now? Do you know? I don't know.
Bournemouth, I think. I can't remember.
Bournemouth. Does he start? So I'm coming from. You don't know. What? I need to get on more settings.
Simple analogy, right? If you're at work and you have been performing well, you're going to go to the manager's office and demand a promotion at some point, right? You're not just going to keep working for the same wage, but keep outperforming your peers and making money for the company. At some point, you're going to ask for a raise or a promotion to a new status. That's what you do because you have ambition and you want to rise up the ladder. If you have been coming late to work and underperforming and clinging onto your job, clinging onto your Chelsea squad position via poor loans, not really performing, you're not going to come in asking for promotion. You're just happy to be here. You're just happy to compete. You're just happy to be part of the team, to make a contribution. This is it. Simple as that. There's nothing more complicated than that. When your stock is high as an individual in life, you try and surpass the barriers that are being placed upon you and try and strive for better. If you are ambitious in any way, which all of these Chelsea players coming through this academy should be, because they're in the best academy in England. So they have to have some sort of stock on their name just from getting into that academy. If you are not performing, you ain't going to beg. Malone Sarr has not come off a great loan, so he's ready to do the backup and do the thing for the team. Marc Guehi, different situation, came off a great loan, and this pathway into the first team of being back up to Rudiger and getting some cup games, and if he gets injured, no, he's not interested in none of these if, buts and maybes. He's only dealing with absolutes. I want starts. As you say that, so based on what you said, I don't think I'd be happy to get someone that would just be satisfied doing the backup, bro. Well, this is the thing. You can say that, but at the end of the day, every squad needs backup players. And we don't want them to be happy doing the backup role, but they have to actually know their place as well, because that's how you have balance in a squad. You can't have 22 starters in a squad. It doesn't exist. It's a fugazi. It doesn't exist. You need players that want to prove themselves and want to push the players in the starting 11, but also when the season starts, they know, okay, cool, I'm not starting right now. Marc Guehi wasn't willing to not start. He wanted to start. So it's great that he wanted to push to start, but he didn't just want to push. He wanted to be a starter. That's just clear.
You know what I'm saying? Mercedes-Benz and what are we saying?
Just wanted to be a starter. So...
Matisse, you can't be ignoring my jokes like that, man. That's not how it works.
I have no idea what you said. I'm on.
Push to start in. You know, you drive a Merc, and then
you're on something else. I thought you said you was tired. You're coming out of all of this extra lyrical nonsense, huh? Where's this coming from?
That joke, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus is love. Anyway, moving on, because you spent a lot of time on Marc Guehi anyway. What is the score in this Peterborough game, guys, in the chat? I think they said 1-0. They've been throwing in random scores to the point where I don't really know what the actual score is. But yeah, let's talk about Olivier Giroud, something that's way less controversial. This super chat says, we need to build a bigger stadium. The only way to see your vision to fruition, Dami, is to find a better revenue stream than our loan army. Again, I don't think it's just that. It's not just about revenue. Chelsea did not want to sell Marc Guehi. I have to make this so clear to you lot. It says it in every well-reported article of everybody speaking on this matter. Chelsea did not want to sell Marc Guehi. 2 factors, 3 factors, 4 factors. The money, it was a good offer, but the reason why the offer was even considered is because he didn't want to sign a new contract. He wanted to start games and he wasn't willing to go out on loan. So instead of just keep an unhappy player who's going to run his contract down and leave for 500,000 like Tariq Lamptey did, they negotiated with what was coming into them and they changed the plan. And they said, all right, we wanted to keep you. We wanted to have you potentially in the first team, but you were going to have to start on the bench. We wanted to have a pathway for you. We don't know that. Maybe they did. Everybody will say, oh, no, he chose Sarr over Guehi. It's easy to say that now because Guehi's gone. Of course, he's going to say he chose Sarr over Guehi because Sarr's still here and Guehi's gone. But if Guehi had stayed for the preseason, I'm pretty sure on a technicality, from pure ability, Guehi would have got in ahead of Sarr. And Sarr didn't cost us nothing. So it takes 2 seconds to loan that brother again or sell him. But at the end of the day...
Was he free? Yeah,
he was free. But at the end of the day... He didn't want to do that. So we have to reshuffle and we have to take the P's that we can get and put in the clauses we can get. Giroud going to AC Milan, obviously look, people, that's just bread and butter, isn't it? At this point, we knew that was going to happen. 2 million.
Yeah. Is there even much to talk about? That
Not really. Really, just an appreciation. Thank you.
Chelsea just slapped it. Like, you know what? You know that meme of the guy holding Superman's cape when he wants to walk away. Have you seen that one? Have you seen the meme? But bottom line is like with the whole forcing to extending the contract, we literally just got as much money as we could for him. And to be fair, obviously, some people are crying that he left and they're saying this and that. And then people talk about, actually, let's make this an interesting conversation because I've got about 7 minutes left before I hop off. Let's make this interesting, Matisse. With Giroud leaving, okay, Tammy potentially going, you're left with one striker, quote, because I know people attack me whenever I call Werner a striker. Quote unquote, you're left with one striker. Obviously, we've seen Havertz do the false 9 thing. You can talk about whatever else you want to talk about. In this position, in a world where we signed the main man we want, Haaland, okay, do you buy another person as well? Because I've seen some stupid reports about, is it Steve Austin or Austin Evans or I don't know what his name is. Is it Charlie Austin? I don't know which striker. You know, is it the one that plays at Southampton? They want to buy him for 20 million. What would you do in this situation, Matisse? Because that would just literally, if we don't sign anybody else and we let go of Tammy and Giroud in the same window, we'd be left with 2 strikers. What do you reckon? No,
for me, you need to get if you're getting rid of 2, you need to bring in 2. Because
people have also thought or played around. Yes, Danny Ings.
I like Danny. Danny Ings would be a good backup.
So would you take him for? Are you saying you take him on for 20 million as like a backup as well?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you've got Werner, you've got
Broja.
Or you could use Broja. That is the extra.
Yeah, so, that's where the conversation.
So that's where Broja comes in because I don't really see us purchasing 2 strikers plus having Werner and Havertz. But Broja again had a decent season at Vitesse, 10 goals. but didn't really hit out the park. Can't really come in here with big chest and say all these things. So he's probably happy to do a bit part role this season, happy to be here, happy to be part of the first team. And he could do that backup role. And then you've got the main man, you've got Kai, you've got Werner for the away days and high lines, and you've got Brozier for the cup games. That's the way that I would go if you're not going to bring in two. But Danny Ings, very good finisher. You know, he's going to get goals, good movement, and we create chances. I think he would be a great tap-in merchant. He'd get quite a few goals here. Don't think he should be a first choice, but he'd be a good backup. But again, I feel like the manager will end up using Brozier this season, and he'll end up staying as well. Players like Brozier and Malong Sarr, these guys didn't have great loans. They had okay loans or average loans, and they're the ones that will probably actually be the fill-outs of the squad, because they're the ones that are happy to be here and happy to play the part. But yeah, we obviously need to sign Haaland, innit? That's just like bread and butter at this point. What do you make of, obviously Giroud gone? Thank you for your services. Unreal player for us, for the money we spent, did big things. But what do you make of the constant recycling and regurgitating of Haaland news at the moment? Because at the moment, I'm going to keep it a buck, yeah? Right now, we're getting used. Let me keep it a buck. You see how Man United fans got used and abused like a rag last summer for Sancho? That's how we're getting used and abused. Man, them have got us jumping on from stream to stream on Twitch and whatnot, trying to find out the latest scoop. Man, them are changing the figures from 170 million euros to 150 million pounds when it's really the same thing. There's no update. Unless Chelsea make a bid, there's no update. And there's no bid. Because Chelsea would not bid for Haaland and add in Hudson-Odoi or Abraham. Do you want to know why? Because they know it will be rejected. Because Dortmund already told us they're not doing an exchange. There was no exchange for Neymar. There was no exchange for Ronaldo. There was no exchange for Mbappe. If you think in your logical brain cells that Haaland, a deal as big as that, with all of those people involved, Alfie, Raiola, is going to involve little Tammy Abraham, respectively, in the deal, it's not going to run. It's a separate deal.
One thing people also don't understand is that Chelsea hate doing pay. Whenever I see a player swap deal for a player at Chelsea, I immediately just be like, are you man actually just going to take that one?
Player of
Chelsea
that
not even just for starters, fundamentally speaking, I agree with you in it. We are, as fans, are being used like Keisha and Becky and Croydon by all the gang members around town. That's exactly the way we're all being used. This knows exactly what I'm talking about. Getting used and abused, no durexes, no nothing, just going straight in, straight out. You understand? Everybody's just there at the door with the big hole. Everybody's using the thing, no care whatsoever, not cleaning up after. All the journalists are just throwing out news and we're all trying to grasp it like people who haven't eaten in years. That's exactly what they're trying to do with us right now. And I don't like that. I said it on my stream as well. I said, I'm not, people are asking Dami Haaland update. I said, shut up, lad. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Man,
you know why? Do you know why they get away with this?
You know the one that killed me? The other day, I saw somebody say, this was the update. They said, Borussia Dortmund are scared of letting Haaland go to Chelsea this summer. No shit, Sherlock. Of course, they're going to not want him to move on. What are you talking about? Man, them telling me, Raw, he's going to move on. That's not an update. That's not an update. Okay. Oh, pull up.
Haaland drank a glass of water outside and the sky was blue. So potentially Chelsea are also blue.
Cows. He's feeding cows some blue food. So apparently going to sign Chelsea. That's from my source. You understand? My ketchup. These man should leave me alone. I don't even bother again. And to add on top of it, people are talking about swap deals. Matisse, how many times do we see Chelsea get involved in them kind of transactions? They are too complicated because getting the value of a player as part of a swap deal is difficult to come to terms with that. Makes sense? Chelsea don't like involving themselves in this thing. I've spoken to people about this, all that news came from. And people simply, Matisse, yeah, his guy's value has gone from 130 million to 150 to 160 to 175, back to 150 again. Then they tell you it's euros, then they tell you it's dirhams, they tell you it's dollars, they tell you it's... Nobody knows crap. Not a single person. And do you want to know how I know nobody knows crap? Because all the reliable journalists that we all use and follow are telling you different things. And they're all reliable because when news is consistent across the board, they're all telling you different things. What does that tell you?
Hold on.
Nobody knows shit. Everybody be talking, oh, there's a crazy bid by Chelsea that got rejected. No.
Hold on.
There was no
roll.
stupid bid.
Man's got to do the register, innit? Because we're in class. Tyrone. It's early in the morning, right? Let me make this clear. I don't claim to know everything, but I'll tell you the basics with common sense. Dortmund, who just did massive packages for Dembele to Barcelona, over 100 million, and Sancho to Manchester United, nearly 100 million, are not going to involve Tammy Abraham in a swap deal for Haaland. That is not me knowing shit. That is common sense. And I'm sorry, but if you don't like it, then that's it. That's on you. But I'm going to give you the common sense today because it's early in the morning and it's facts. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm bored of Sky Germany coming with, Chelsea bid this and it was rejected by Dortmund. And as if that was ever true. As if we can trust Sky Germany, who are literally just a next door neighbor to Sky, who do Sky Bet and try and get you to place bets on Haaland to Chelsea via Sky Bet, and then the deal doesn't happen and you lost all your money. You can't trust a whole corporation on transfers that is linked to betting that will make you bet on the odds for transfers to potentially happen. And then when they don't happen because they've gassed you up in the studio, then you lose your money. And then you've got man them on the same Twitch stream disagreeing over Hudson-Odoi's future. One man said he's not going, and the same brother in the same stream said he is not part of Tuchel's plans. The same brothers on the same stream don't even agree with each other, bro. What is this? See, and you want me to be calm?
Tyrone, bro, respectfully, for starters, I know where you got this acting like gangsters thing from. We've got two black men in glasses.
That's what I'm telling you lot. I'm telling you lot to wait until there's proper news. What the fuck?
I don't think, see, none of us at our end are not face Nike. No, nobody's doing that on the thing. So this gangster talk, I don't know where that came from. Secondly, are we really following Sky sources? Fam, how many times have you seen a transfer succeed after Sky said, according to Sky sources, XYZ is going to happen? It don't run, bro. I'm trying to guide
my brothers and sisters from typing Haaland news ? In brothers mentions every 5 minutes. I'm trying to guide the people that need the help. We're in a therapy session, Tyrone. If you don't like it and you've already got your help, save some for the rest of the people that need help. Because some brothers are very, very, very worried about Haaland and they're constantly asking questions and they don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to give them a little bit of help here. I'm trying to give them a little bit of, a little bit of common sense that you don't need to be on these journalists' case because they don't know what's going on. The same way that Marc Guehi literally just went out of our club like that and nobody knew. Because Chelsea are moving differently. They're moving in silence, bro. Chelsea are moving in silence. And none of these journalists know anything. I tell you what they do know, though. They know how to monopolize a group of people that believe and want information and desperate for information. And they know how to drag them from platform to platform to platform to platform, day in, day out.
Matisse.
Hoping, grasping, praying for news that isn't there. And keep regurgitating the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. That's what I know.
Sorry to cut you off there. People also forget that a lot of these journalists, they've got families to feed. This is their source of income. They're going to just say whatever is out there. Obviously, they've got reliability on the line, but true say, at the end of the day, there's definitely legs, but these are the same people that come onto your TL with eyes in it. You know that one where they come with the eyes and then they'll be looking like, what's going on? Fam, it don't make sense, boss. It don't make any sense. So for me, it's just like, take it easy, Tyrone, innit? You understand?
That's a good tag.
Some people, what? What do you say?
That's a good little line there.
Take it easy, Tyrone, fam. Don't worry, I've gone with the bars this morning, fam. It's calm, innit? Take it easy, but relax. Sit down, you know, coming from. But Tyrone is saying we've always done our business quietly. They will only announce things when there is something to talk about. Do you agree? Yes, that's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying. But that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to guide my brothers.
See, but Tyrone, we're on the same wavelength. Let us tell the people that don't see the way we are seeing. The scene we're seeing. You understand?
You know what it is? Tyrone got the gold at the end of the rainbow. You don't want nobody else to get the gold.
I'm not leprechauns.
He knows how it works, but the other brothers don't.
You understand?
We're trying to help the others. You're trying to help the others. This super chat's, what's your opinion on Tammy to Arsenal? I mean, personally, I don't have a problem. I personally have a problem. As long as they pay up, I'm good. You just got to pay the money.
Pay up how much?
40 million M's. If Solanke's going for 20, yeah, then I'm a debt collector. I want my piece. If Solanke's going for 20 million pounds and Brewster is going for like 15 million pounds to Sheffield United after making barely any Premier League appearances and having a Champions League medal around his neck for doing Ross Turnbull contributions, then I want 40 M's for my lanky, tall gunman who did 15 goals in the Prem the season before this with no penalties involved. 40 M's. And because it's Arsenal, you slap in the rival tax. So you definitely get 40 M's from them. Because I'm not trying to do Arsenal a cheap deal. They got P's. Do you know what I mean? If they can splash 80 on Pepe, they can splash 40 on Tammy. And for me, personally, I'm at that stage with Tammy where Tuchel doesn't rate him, right? So if we're back in Tuchel, Tammy should not be sitting on our bench, not in our starting 11, not handing out water bottles. He should not be involved next season. He should be doing his thing at another club because Tuchel clearly doesn't rate him. So if you're back in Tuchel, Tammy shouldn't be here. If Tammy's still here after all of that icing out, that clear rejection, then that means you have done something very wrong. Do you know what I mean? So get him out, let him go and play ball. Arsenal are not a competitor to us anyway. I'm not trying to be rude, but Arsenal are they're not competition to us. They finished 8th back-to-back seasons. And we have a far superior manager and a far superior squad. I'm not worried about Arsenal. Collect the money off them and keep it moving. It just means that they can't go and sign someone that's quote-unquote world-class. So Tammy used to support them as a boy. We advanced searched him on Twitter. We found bare tweets. We know you're up. We know you like Arsenal. Don't try and fret. Don't try and pretend. We saw your tweets from 2012. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a safe space. It's a safe space. We found your tweets from 2012. We know you support Arsenal. So tell your North London club to buck up. Show me the P's, send it over so we can talk and we can get it done and we can move on. Because this is all about the Haaland kitty at this point. It's all about the kitty. We have to collect debt collectors. I get that these journalists are giving conflicting reports, but which one is the truth? None of them, because none of them know anything.
It's all a fugazi. It's a fugazi.
Because they're obviously getting information inside the club.
See my bed, didn't it? They will tell you I got a bed. It's a fugazi, bro.
Let me tell you something. This is what I want to. If they had something, they would have dropped an exclusive by now, bro. That's what journalists do. They drop exclusives on their own page. So when I get them on here, we talk, we get opinions, we get a bit of insight, but they won't drop an exclusive here because this is not their site. This is my site. They'll drop the exclusive on the Athletic. They'll drop the exclusive on Fab's Twitch. They'll drop the exclusive on their own platform because that's where the clicks are going to come, and rightly so. If you've got an exclusive about the club, you should be dropping it on your own thing, of course. Don't worry, Reggie, I got your super chat, bro. But they don't have an exclusive, hence why they haven't dropped anything. Or they know what's going on, and the club have told them to shut up. The club have told them, keep your mouth closed. And they're just running the story and playing a game with the fan base, which is what you do when you've got news and you want to, because I've seen even Chelsea fans do it. You play with the fan base, you keep saying, I know what's going on, but I can't tell you because I got sources. Chelsea fans do this themselves. You got inside knowledge, but you want to tweet about it, so you put it on the TL, but then everybody says what's going on, and then you can't tell nobody. You're doing the same shit as the journalists. So I don't want to see any Chelsea fans that tweet, I've got information, but I can't tell you. I don't want to see any Chelsea fans that do that, then cuss off journalists for doing the same thing, because they're getting paid to do it, and you're doing it as well. So anybody that's playing with the fan base, saying that they got knowledge but they can't drop it, if you got knowledge that you can't drop, then just don't say anything publicly. But from the moment you put it out there that you've got knowledge but you can't say anything, you're playing with the fan base, because now people are going to ask you what's going on and you can't tell them anything, which is exactly what the journalists are doing. Because either Chelsea have told them to shut up because this is private, or probably Chelsea just haven't even told them. Like, they just probably are not getting the information that they usually get. Chelsea decide most of the time whether they want to leak their own news. If they want to make something public, for instance, let's give an example. Declan Rice bid, I can guarantee you that will be made public. Why? Because Chelsea know that Declan Rice wants to join Chelsea. Chelsea know that. So Chelsea will want that to go public with a £50 million bid, potentially, that they know will be rejected, but they want to make it public, so then Declan Rice has to respond, or if he will respond, because then Declan Rice can turn to West Ham and say, I want to go. And then it puts West Ham in a weird position where they have to bring the value down for the player because the player is now unsettled. Dortmund is a different situation. Haaland doesn't give a shit. He'll stay at Dortmund and bang in goals in Bundesliga, or he'll come. But he's not going to cause a fuss. So there's no point Chelsea making the bid public if they have made a bid or if they're negotiating.
I think Haaland even sees us as a stepping stone anyway. So it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. He does. But the Haaland family don't mind if they stay or go this season. Because if he goes this season, they're going to have a 3-year plan and a release clause to go to another club in the future. And if they stay, they're going to get more P's next summer. Do you know why they're going to get more money? Because the release clause is going to be set. So all of that extra money, which I think Ornstein reported for The Athletic recently, he was on Sky Sports and he said the same thing. All the extra money that you would have paid for Haaland, because usually he costs more than 100 million, now you've got to give it to Alfie, Haaland, Erling himself, and Raiola. So he's still going to be expensive, but because you've paid a very cheap fee of 75 million euros release clause or whatever it is, you've got to make up the rest of that money in their wages and in their agent fees. So the family and the agent are going to get more money moving next year than they probably will get this year. Because the club that buy him this year, like Chelsea, are going to say, listen, we just spent 175 million. I know you want a lot of money, but we can't give you that crazy money because we've already spent a lot. But next season, no club can tell Haaland that they've spent a lot of money on him. They haven't. They spent a release clause. So they're going to be able to get more money. So this is what you need to remember. Each deal is different. They'll make the Declan Rice thing public if they really want him, if they bid for him. But the Haaland thing has to be kept under wraps because, it's a very complicated deal, as we've been saying for so long on this channel and on other channels. Everybody's been saying the deal is very complicated. There's like 4 people involved that you have to negotiate with. You've got the dad, you've got the agent, you've got the players' wages, which is going to break the wage structure, by the way, and you've got the transfer fee and add-ons and all these things and clauses and Ballon d'Or clause and Champions League win clause and Premier League win clause and goal bonus and all this shit. It's going to be long.
No clause in his contract.
Stop.
Matisse, where have you gone, bro?
I just disappeared because you were moving mad.
No. You want me to put my equal man thing as well? I can put my yeah. Oh my God. Matisse, I've got a child back here.
All right. I'll let you go, brother. I'll let you go.
How much longer are you streaming for?
I'm going to go for probably like half an hour more. I got videos to react to as well.
You're reacting to videos?
Yeah, I got my old Twitter videos to react to as well.
Gee, come on. No. Let's react to one now and if I leave.
No.
Let's react to one, innit? Just one. What? Crumb.
Just one.
All
right, in a minute.
One I remember as well. Don't bring one up. Did you bring up the one with the trampoline?
Nah, I deleted that still. That one. That one couldn't see the live day. That one could not see the live day.
I have that video on my phone, bro. I said to your way. Let's wrap one minute. One crumb. Then I'll let you do your thing and I'll cut.
You're a dickhead. I was hoping you'd be gone by now. So many Chelsea fans are clutching at straws desperately, so they respond negatively to anything they don't like to hear. There's no news. It's facts. It's facts, bro. Like, it's facts. Like, just because you want to hear something, it doesn't mean it's true. Do you know what I mean? You can either get the truth or you can get what you want to hear. If it doesn't match up, then it's unfortunate. But yeah, that's the situation right now. Chelsea need to bid, and until Chelsea bid, and if they have bid, maybe like I said, right now with Haaland, there's what I don't like as well is when clubs put in a bid Like, it depends on the situation. Like I said, if you're doing it with Declan Rice, I understand putting in the bid because then Declan Rice might kick up a storm, or he might say to West Ham privately in a polite way, I want to go. And then you can negotiate down from the asking price. Chilwell, Leicester, the same. But when you're dealing with Haaland, it doesn't make sense to bid publicly until you've arranged everything and got everything agreed privately, and then just come out with the announcement. Because there's no point bidding publicly and it getting rejected just to appease the fans and say, look, we're doing things. Just get everything wrapped up privately and then announce. So hopefully that's what they're doing. If they're not, then God help us. God help us all. All right, cool. These brothers are waiting. Let's see. What have I got?
Let's do the one we all want.
I've only got a few of them here. Well, actually, I've got a load of them in the background. I know what one you want, but I don't know specifically which one that is because they're not, like, the files are not named. So I've got. Okay.
You can't share screen and then we can see what's on your desktop. You don't need to share from StreamYard. So you can always you can't tell a computer scientist how you should compare. You can't do that. So we know the tricks and the things and left, right, and center. But
there's a lot of files though.
Let's just see what you have. Let me see what I remember. Let's see what you have, and then we'll take it from there. And then I'll leave in it. Don't worry.
It's a lot of files, bro. It's a lot of files. All right, one second. Because I know what you want. But I don't really want to. Hold on, let me just take a look because I've got a lot of videos here. What was I wearing? Hold on, man. What was I wearing in that video though? Still,
you're wearing a jacket, your green jacket. You were like this. This is how you started the video.
All right. I think I've got it. I think there's a lot of videos here. Let's see. Hold on one second. Because there's a lot of this sticky one still. I've been dreading this, you know. Yeah, brothers know I'm waffling. Man didn't really want to do this. Is it this one?
No, it's not that one. It's not that one,
is it?
It's not that one. No.
Look how much data we got here.
Scroll, bro. Scroll. You're not even scrolling. What's happening?
Nah, that's the bottom of it. Hold on. Because it could get sticky.
You're not even scrolling, bro.
I have scrolled. Hold on. Let me see something.
Yeah, looking like this. Let me check on YouTube to make sure it's not from my end.
Yeah, let me because I know which one you want, and I'm trying to find it for you. But let me see.
I can send it to you on Twitter. It's fine.
Trey, is that you?
Yes.
I saw you tweeting earlier. It's something about Timo Werner's overrated, but aren't you repping a Don with a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract? Getting frothy, screaming and screeching, hyperventilating, wanking off to a shot on target. My striker's overrated. Surely not. Surely not. You can't be serious, Trey. You can't. My striker with 13 appearances, 12 goal contributions this season, 8 goals and 4 assists. My striker. Nah. Can't be. My striker with the third highest 2 days ago. I'm not sure about this weekend, but the third highest goal contributions in the league and Champions League this calendar year, behind Lewandowski and Messi. My striker. Nah. You can't be serious. Versus your guy, Martial, who can't even touch French team. Can't even touch French team over Giroud. Spitting facts, to be fair.
Nah,
you can't be serious. You can't be. Put down the keyboard, boss. Put it down. Put down the pad. Can't be serious. Pack it in, fam. You can't. Nah, can't be serious. Can't be serious. He ain't serious. So that was the first one. And that video, do you know what's so funny? I've gone from beefing United Trey on Twitter to now applying for a blue tick, and let's see if it gets accepted. But do you know what's so funny about that? Yeah, is I'm not even like Werner's biggest stan. I critique Werner on what he's bad at. If you've been following this channel, and I critique and I praise Werner with what he's good at. But Trey got so up it. Like, Trey's a troll. We know Trey's a troll, but that day, man, I was not in the mood for the trolling. And I saw him on the TL trying to cuss him. And I said, your Avi is a failure, my brother. He doesn't even make the French team. I couldn't hack it. I was like, there's no way You're going to cuss my striker when you're repping someone that doesn't even make the squad. Oh, man, I had to send for him, man. I had to send for him. I've got more videos, yeah?
Before I leave, you need to give them the Messi video, man.
The Messi one?
Yes.
Ooh, that's long. I don't know what file that is. I saw Turkish in there as well, laughing. Big up Turkish in the building. Let me see. Oh no, I've got a good one. I've got loads of good ones. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie to you. Credit. I'll give myself this credit. I've got quite a lot of good videos on Twitter. Like they might be cringe, but they are quite funny. Let's play this one.
Oh my God!
This is where just for context. This is the video that I made when I was leaving, because there's a lot of people that maybe haven't seen any of my Twitter videos and you maybe don't even use Twitter. This is the video that I made on Twitter to announce me coming over to YouTube. And the reason why me and Dami stopped making videos on Twitter is A, because we wanted to go to YouTube and focus on that. And B, because we used to get quite a lot of heat for our Twitter videos. So all the videos that I'm playing, there's some quotes on them, probably some racial abuse, some madness.
There is racial abuse.
There is definitely some abuse. Yeah, it's madness. So I made this video to announce coming to YouTube, but I also mocked myself with all of the people that mocked all of the things about me to kind of show that, listen, you can say whatever you want on Twitter, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep doing whatever I want. So, and I still made a video after this, to be fair. So this was never my last video, but let's play it.
Where is he? Oh, wait, he's doing open. Jesus, I've warned him about making this type of content. Oh no, Jesus. And now he's done pissed off these people. What the hell is he doing? I swear to God, where is this guy? Don't make me quote tweet you again. Yo, what the hell are you doing? Why are you sleeping on the wall for? Are you not making enough money off Twitter?
I'm just having fun, putting out videos. I don't really make money, but, you know, just enjoying myself.
Shut up, you lazy frog-eyed freak. Why are you looking to the camera when you're flipping talking?
I mean, it's not that deep. I got a little eye condition. It's not that, you don't need to, I'll put the glasses on. Shit. What are you saying?
Whatever, joke, man. Nobody cares. What, because you got 10 plus K, and all of a sudden, what? You think you can make videos?
I've actually been making videos since...
It's
not a problem. I can stop if you want. I mean,
do you know, why I like this video in particular? Because
I was,
No, my thing is, that was the one clap back that annoyed me the most. Because you crossed 5 or 10K, you start making videos. I've been making videos since 300 followers.
Yeah.
Since 300 followers. So what are you on about?
Yeah.
That line, I remember that line in it. I remember that.
Bro,
line.
I'm very good at taking the material that Twitter uses to cuss me and turn it into content. It's one of my favorite things to do. I can't lie. Not a big deal. Freedom of speech.
What the fuck does this prick think he's doing? What? Do you think you work for Sky Sports? Do you think you're Jamie Carragher?
I qualify now. If you get that reference, you get that reference.
Get a job.
I feed my. I don't even have kids. I'm 23, by the way. You do realize that, right?
No, mate, you're not 28.
Really? Okay. We'll see about that. 1 second. We brought evidence this time. You see this? And if I did have kids, I'd feed them. You see that?
You may be feeding them, but not much.
Came prepared today. We came prepared. All right, cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come to negotiation. I'm still going to upload on Twitter, but you've been complaining for a while. A lot of quote tweets. I will potentially just go to YouTube. Is that okay?
Go on.
All right, cool.
Hurry up, fam. No one cares.
All right. Jesus Christ, you need to put a gun to my head. Relax.
Walking real slowly. We don't want you over here anymore. We don't want you. Get out of here.
I'm going.
You're a bum. Get out of here.
I'm going. All right.
Let's see how YouTube treats you.
All right. New YouTube channel. So yeah, it kind of ends with me going into the door. And my first video on this channel is me opening the door. That same door, coming into this room and then starting the channel. So yeah, it made for a good segue. Let's see what else I've got here. I've got a lot, man. I mean, this one here.
Before I leave, bro.
Yeah.
Gee, new crepes and whatnot. What are you telling me?
This brother's always splashing from. He's rich. Don't mind him, people.
Yeah, I just had to take care of myself.
Let's see. This one.
Messi. No, bring up the Messi video, man. Remember when Batman tried to copy this video as well?
Yeah.
But you need to give them context. You can't understand this video without giving context.
I will give context. I mean, the context is. This one is just stupid, fam. That one was because Chelsea were about to finish in the Europa League places in Frank's first season. So I was just starting to get ready for the Europa League anthem and get ready for the music, basically. So that was just taking the piss out of Chelsea. I don't know exactly. I need to load this Messi one. This is the thing. That's the one you want, innit? Let's see. Hold on. Do you know what? All right, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can locate it. Because the Messi one is... I was wearing sunglasses. Oh, I can see it here. 352. Oh, MP. All right, hold on.
Because I put out my room in the Abramovich team that day as well, innit?
Yeah, we was on a madness this time. And this is where
it's funny people get books like that.
Huh?
Oh, Matisse, they just reminded of us, me and you in the park. But that's
I don't have. Yeah, that's on your account.
That was on my account.
I don't have that. All right, let me see. 1 second, people. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. All right. Let's that one's gonna open in a second. There's actually so much here. It's like going through a whole it's like going through a whole museum, fam. But that one is there. Let me see this one.
Can't
remember what.
In England. All right. And the thing is that let's just start off with what
is this one? I don't even know what this one is.
Beautiful. Kai Havertz, my friends, has arrived in England. All right. And the thing is that let's just start.
This one was shameless, man. Kai had scored like a hat-trick against Barnsley or some shit. That one's shameless. I'm not even going to use that one. That's not one of our best. I'm just going through them. That one was just
I can't leave it. The Messi one is the one that everybody wants.
Oh, wait. I've got it. Hold on. Jeez. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. All right. Hold on. I've got it. This Messi one's long, man. Why are you making me do this?
You decided to make this video, not me.
Oh my God. I'm trying to figure out how am I going to play this. Hold on 1 second. This is this one's a difficult one to get up. It really is. Hold on. While I look for it, I'll play one of the other ones.
Welcome.
This is the one. This is the one Miz was talking about, where I did the transfer list for
Dembele, the one at Lyon. Werner.
Oh, someone sent it on Twitter.
Koulibaly, get him. Chilwell again, if you didn't hear me.
Oh yeah, this was a legendary one as well.
Black. The other Dembele from Barcelona, want him as well. Ake, buy him, loan him back. Hazard, from last year, you can go and get him back again. Yep, we want him back. Prime Diego Costa. Don't ask. Jovic. Martinez. Yeah. It's flavor of the month. Sign him. Put him in the
this is the one where we just got the transfer ban lifted. Man was just naming players that I wanted to sign.
So we need to skip ahead. Ericsson.
Actually free. You should bring up this thing with Messi. So I think that's where I have to sort of leave in it because I have to head off. I'm 20 minutes late.
Actually, don't blame me. Don't blame me. That's you. You did that to yourself.
Get to work.
Bring it before I leave there.
All right, let me bring up the Messi one now. The Messi one is madness. I can't lie.
You
All
haven't
right.
seen that Messi video before people are about to cry blood. I can't lie.
Oh, yeah. Omar sent it to me on Twitter. Oh, Lord. Let's go here to the beginning.
Increase the volume. We can't hear it. We can't hear Matisse because of your headphones.
Oh, hold on. Oh, see, that's why I never played this off Twitter, because you can't hear it off my headphones. That's why I never played it through Twitter, people. I have the actual file here. I have the actual file on my computer.
People, I need to run. You know what I'm saying? Matisse, I'll chat to you in a quick sec. It's a shame I couldn't mess you on, but I'll holler you. Pick up your phone when I call you this time, because I bailed your block like you didn't respond.
I'm a busy brother, fam.
You think I'm not busy? I just moved. What do you mean? Don't try me, fam. When I call you, all right, I'll chat to you in a sec, yeah?
in a bit. Yeah, you can't hear it guys, when it comes straight from Twitter. That's why I haven't been playing it from Twitter. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh no, I've already played that one. This one
is inevitable. From bouncing Bamford and the binocular
Reece James
boys
prop
off the pitch to whipping in crosses, and he's too good. Do you know what I mean? And we've been singing his praises ever since the Wigan days, and you know, getting the armband, and he's playing in midfield because he needs more influence. He's just a classy footballer. He's too good for his own good. Do you know what I mean? The Premier League is not ready. And we have been saying it. And people are saying, oh, you're overhyping Reece James. You know, at the end of last season, lockdown, he's not playing too well, is he? He's fat. He's too big. He's too tanky. He needs to slim down. You need to shut up, fam. That's what you need to do. Do you know what I mean? We had Ivanovic. You should have learned from Ivanovic that we can have a bulky, muscular beast and still handle and feast. Reece James is the guy, okay? I don't want to hear no more comparisons about, you know, I'm not going to talk about Trent. I'm not going to talk about Wan-Bissaka. I'm not here to do that anymore. I'm going to stop. Do you know why? Because Reece James will do the talking. For me personally, future captain, leader, legend. I've said it before. I say it again. He's going to have his own banner. He's going to wear the armband. He's got the leadership qualities. He's got everything. And you can smirk, brother. You see these rival fans, I'm living with one. They smirk. They laugh and they got something in their throat. You're going to see soon. Reece James is inevitable.
Yeah, that was me sticking up for Reece James, man. Had to be done. Do you know what I mean? I remember back when Reece James it was after lockdown, and he wasn't going through great form, and people were starting to call him fat and starting to say, you know, I don't know about this guy. I think he might have, you know, I think we maybe should have kept Tariq Lamptey. Saeed, man. You're funny guy. I saw that. Yeah, we should have kept Tariq Lamptey and all these things. And people are starting to doubt Reece the Beast, man. And I had to come out with prop and just defend him because, look, for me, when you've got someone as talented as Reece James, it's inevitable that they're going to do well, especially with the mentality it has as well. The fan base were way too ready to flip on him at the first sign of danger. He was looking a bit stocky in their eyes, pretending like we didn't have Ivanovic in the past. And I was just like, nah, you guys can't be serious to even be dismissing this brother so early. It's crazy to me. So I had to come out all guns blazing and defend him. And that's what we did. So had to be done, people. Had to be done. Let me see if I can get something else up. I mean, these files here, I might have to break this into two parts and get the rest of these files and do them on the next stream, because if you followed me on Twitter, I've done a lot of videos, a lot. So to go through them all now would actually be mad. It would actually be mad. So I might have to actually do them separately. Let me see. I'm going to try and play this one for you guys one last time. And if it doesn't work, then I'll have to move them how I move the rest of them onto the StreamYard platform itself. Let's see. Yeah, this screen keeps coming up every single time. They don't want us to feast, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Let's see. Was you guys getting any of that video that I just tried to put up or no? Let me know. Did you guys see the screen change in any way, shape, or form? Let me see. Yeah, I could download it off Twitter as well. Well, actually, no. For some reason, my iPhone moves a bit booky with all that. So I've just been... No, you didn't get it. All right, cool. What we're going to do is... we've already been going for 1 hour and 25 minutes anyway. This stream's really long. We've done a few. What I'll do is I'll get the next batch in for... Not the next stream, because the next stream's London Clubs Carnage. But the next time I do a stream like this, I'll get in the next batch of videos, and then we'll go through them, because there's loads of them. But we've done a few there. The Trey one is there's enough there to run with for a week. So we've gone through a few of them. We'll go through the next batch in the next video, and I'll have them all lined up as well, because they're very, very big files. But yeah, people. Big up yourselves. We went through everything today. Obviously, Chelsea playing against Peterborough. I have no idea what's going on in that game because we can't even see the match. But the starting 11 in the first half apparently was this. I'm going to go and check it all out and see. That's from Adam Newsom. We had him on the All You Can Eat Chelsea show anyway, giving us great insight as well. Great guy. So, yeah, I'm going to go and check out what's going on there. 2-0 apparently at halftime. Is that halftime, guys? Yeah, 2-0 at the moment anyway. I'm not sure where in the game we actually are. Ziyech scored 2. Okay, good stuff. And we're playing the same formation as well, 3 at the back. So we move. But yeah, anyway, people, I got a few other things to take care of. So I'm going to head out now. Got some more content to try and make. And yeah, thanks for joining us. And hopefully that's the end of the Marc Guehi saga, because we gave that a good run today. In a bit, people. Peace.